Hey everyone, for those of you new here, welcome. My name is Katie. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I work full time. I love makeup and skincare, and I truly believe every single woman wants to look and feel her best. And I have the tools and the resources to help you get there. What I wanted to do this week, highlighting all of the products that are on special this month, which is pretty much anything and everything, right? During the month of May, let me back up. Each month, Unique offers some type of a Kudos, which is essentially a bundle of products that are on special. This month, during the month of May, you have control over creating that bundle of products that is at a discount. And that's really, really awesome because this is a great way for you to get the products that you want, that you need, that you've been wanting to try. I'm so excited about this. And one of the things I was thinking about today was creating a really nice natural look that enhances your true beauty. I think having, glam makeup is super fun and great for special occasions, but I think on the daily, we all want to just enhance our natural features. And for me, I'll tell you, I'm self-conscious about the way that my skin looks, as well as how short my lashes are. And that was part of the draw to the Unique products for me, is that when I used these products, I saw the transformation that it made, and that changed me inside as well to give me more confidence. The other thing I think is super cool is that they're very easy to apply. So I'm not a makeup artist. I talk about that all the time. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it. And so what I wanted to do is kind of walk you through how to create this look that I put on today, so you can kind of see the transformation as well as learn how to use some of these products and get them on special this month. So first things first, always primer. I can not wear primer. I have to wear primer. Hopefully that makes sense. Primer is so important because what that does for your eyes, I'm going to start out with the eye primer. That's actually probably a little bit too much, okay? So you don't want to use that much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rub that between my fingers. I'm going to use my ring fingers to kind of press that all over my eyelids. And then because I got a little bit extra, I'm going to take it down underneath my eyes as well. For eye primer, what this does is that it prevents your eyeshadows from creasing, and it helps them pop, and it holds them in place all day long. Okay, so I'm going to put that eye primer all over, and then your face primer, what this does is it fills in your fine lines and wrinkles, and it holds your makeup in place all day long. I have to use primer. I've noticed the biggest difference in how my foundation sits on my skin and how my eyeshadow goes on my eyes when I don't use primer. So what I like to do, rub it between my hands, rub it all over my face, and then for the best results, what you want to do is let that set for about 5 minutes before you go in with the rest of your makeup. So I'll be right back. A lot of really great pressed shadows where you can customize a palette to get the shadows that you absolutely love. Some of my favorites are this tan color here. It's called Astute. It's a really nice transition color. Also over here, this shimmer is called Optimistic. I love using that along my brow bone and right in the inner corner to help brighten the eye. Those two pigments, Astute and Optimistic, to me are must. You need them in your shadow palette, especially if you're looking for just really amazing shadows that you can use every single day, and I will tell you they last a really long time. Even my Astute that I tap into every day pretty much has lasted me forever. Today though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use, we have a ton of really nice flesh tone shadows that you can choose from. I'm going to go in with this one here called Dauntless. I'm going to put that, it's a matte sandy tan. I'm going to put that onto the side of my shader brush. This is a dual-sided brush. It's called a liner shader brush, and I'm just going to take that shadow, put it on the side of the shader brush, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. I like to put a shadow all over my lid. I started doing this actually whenever Unique shared with us some do-it-yourself eyeshadow tutorials earlier this year, and I really liked the result that I got with my eye look when I put a shadow all over the lid. But I also think that putting a shadow all over the lid gives you a more youthful appearance. And I prefer to put a shadow all over the lid versus a foundation because I feel like it is lighter. And so you're going to get better results. You're not going to have that creasing, and the pigment just pops a little bit more to help brighten the eye, and you can see it really just evens out the tone of the lid. So I'm going to go in on the other side, and you can see all I'm doing is sweeping this all over the lid, putting it onto the side of my liner shader brush, and I'm literally doing the entire lid. Okay, so then if I wanted to do something a little bit more, then I could go in with a stoop, put that in the crease, and that also looks really nice for a simple look where you're just adding a little bit of definition to the crease. Let's do that, because I think that it's nice to even out the lid or even out your face, and I'll get to the face here in a minute. But when you add some of that natural kind of depth and dimension back into the look, it's even more natural looking. So hopefully you can kind of see I'm putting that astute onto the end of my fluffy crease brush, and the fluffy crease brush actually comes in the spring 2020 beauty box at the moment. But look at that. Do you see how now I've added that definition back into the crease? And let me kind of go up a little bit higher here, because sometimes when you put it just in your crease, when you open your eyes, depending on the shape of your eyes, you're not necessarily going to see it. There you go. But do you see how now I have just a little bit more definition there? Let me go in on the other side. And again, I'm just sweeping this all in my crease and then kind of right above it as well. And I'm looking at the mirror on the wall back there, in case you're like, where is she looking? In my makeup area, I have a nice big mirror that sits on the wall behind my camera, so that way I can also kind of look to see how things look when I sit back, and then also when I'm up close I can look at that as well. Okay, so again, you can continue to build that so that it's a little bit darker, but you can see that's just a really nice natural kind of depth to the crease now that you've smoothed out the lids. I really, really like that look a lot. Okay, let's move on to the face. Foundation is a big one for me, you all. I am very self-conscious about how my skin looks when I'm not wearing my foundation. And I will tell you, since I've started using the Uology customizable skincare line, I have fewer breakouts. Oftentimes when you see me with a breakout, it's because I am experimenting with a drugstore product, so that way I can kind of compare it to Unique. And I will tell you, I've tried probably a dozen different drugstore foundations, and I think the thing that makes Unique different, there's a lot of things that make Unique really different. I'm going to today apply my BB Flawless Complexion Enhancer in the shade Honey. This is my summer shade, because you can see I've gotten some sun. We've been doing a lot of walks. It's nice outside, or it's getting nice. Even if we have to wear a jacket, it's still nice. I'm going to put that onto my Kabuki brush. The Kabuki brush is really great at blending out the vast majority of your foundations, whether it's the spray, the stick, liquid foundation, BB cream. I just really like the way that my foundation blends with the Kabuki brush. I'm not a makeup artist, so I feel like you don't have to be a makeup artist when you have the right tools. You can still get really quick, amazing results when you have great tools and great products. Look at that, just blending it all out. So that gives me just a little bit of coverage, nothing crazy though, and the BB cream is great. I would say for anybody that has dry combination skin, I have oily combination skin. To me, I'm not crazy about the dewy finish, so what I like to do is I like to go in with a setting product to kind of help mattify the shade. That's just my personal preference. I'm also super self-conscious when I look shiny. And I like to have an even skin tone. The thing that's a little bit different about the Unique products is that there's really no smell to them. I found quite often with drugstore products, sometimes they have like a smell to them, and it's because of the ingredients that are used to make them. The Unique products meet European standards, which means in Europe, they have banned 1,400 plus different ingredients that cannot be used in makeup and skincare products. Here in the United States, it's like 50. So it's a big difference. So the quality of the ingredients are much safer and great for your skin. I also really like the way that the foundation goes on, whether it's the BB cream, stick, spray, whatever. It's very buildable coverage, and it doesn't gather, especially when you use a setting product, which I think is important, especially as you get older, because if you're not using quality products, makeup is going to settle into your fine lines and wrinkles, and it's going to make you look older. And last time I checked, like, there's very few people that want to look older. The other thing is the wear lasts a really long time, and I also don't experience any oxidizing, which means sometimes whenever the foundation hits the air and you've worn it for a period of time, it changes color. I don't really see that with the Younique products. So again, those are all signs of really high quality ingredients that are put into the Younique products that are safe for your skin. So let me show you that setting product, because I know I mentioned it. I almost didn't show it to you, and then I was like, you know what, I should, because it's amazing. It is translucent, so there's no color match needed for it. You can see I've set this side of my face, and then this side I didn't, so you can see a little bit of that sheen there. What you want to do is you want to tap the bottom. There's a little stopper in here, and that prevents the powder from flying everywhere because it is very finely milled. And I did go ahead and I put some on my brush there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dust that all over my face, and you're going to see where that shine has kind of cut down. Again, some people really like the dewy finish. For me personally, I like a more matte finish. So that's kind of the difference there. And you want to tap off any excess before you put it on your face. But this is great at really absorbing any oils that your skin produces throughout the day that can break down your makeup. I also highly recommend the translucent setting powder if you're using the spray foundation or the concealer. The spray foundation, because it is very lightweight and it can move, the setting powder holds it in place. And then also for the concealer, when you put that concealer underneath your eyes, you want to set it again so it doesn't gather into your fine lines and wrinkles, because the concealer is very pigmented. And so you don't need a lot. It's easy to get a little bit too much. So if you just put a tiny, tiny amount on, put it on, and then set it, you're going to prevent it from settling into your fine lines and wrinkles. Lips. I love having something on my lips, and I have a couple of lipsticks that I really like that are very close to my natural lip color. One of them is this pigment here. It's called Successful. This is going to look great on everyone, and I think if I check, it's still back in stock. But I'm going to show you another lipstick that I just recently got that I really am liking a lot. It's called Loaded. It's a little bit more pinky than that Successful, but I feel like it's close to my natural lip tone, and maybe that's why I like it so much. And so I'm just going to kind of sweep that on and rub it together. And this is a great lipstick, you all. We have so many amazing lipsticks, and I just love, it's creamy, it's not sticky, the color is fabulous. So that's the Opulence lipstick in Loaded. You even out the face, I think it's really helpful to add a little bit of depth and dimension back into your face, because when you put on that foundation, it kind of flattens everything. I like to contour, but I know a lot of people don't necessarily feel comfortable contouring. So I think another great thing to do is to put on some blush. And this is just like a push-up bra for your face whenever you put on contour, highlight, blush. And so this is the shade Sisterly. We changed our blush formula just over a year ago, and it's very light and really, really pretty. And so all I'm going to do is I put some onto the side of my blusher brush, and I'm just kind of pulling that up along the face there, and that's just going to add a little bit of warmth back into the skin since I kind of evened everything out. Now let's move on to some more eyes. I am going to take that liner shader brush, and I'm going to go in with one of the darker brown colors. Let's go in with Nimble. It's this brown right here, and I'm going to use that to kind of fill in my brows a little bit. You want to go for a little bit of a lighter shade. You don't want to go too dark. And then for me, I'm really fortunate that my brows are pretty full, so I like to just add a little bit of brow powder or shadow right here to this part of the brow where my brows are a little bit thinner, but you can see that that makes the biggest difference in bringing the attention to your eyes and giving you a more youthful appearance. And there are lots of tutorials for filling your brows over on YouTube for people that have a little bit more sparse brows that are really looking for direction. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess you could say, I have pretty thick brows, and so it's hard for me to kind of explain how to fill your brows when that's not really a challenge that I have, but I'm thankful for that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with that same Nimble, and then this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it right on the end of my liner shader brush, What I'm going to do is I'm going to just lightly use that shadow to line my eyes as well. And whenever you line your eyes, what you're doing is you're giving a fuller lash line, and you are also framing the eye. So you can see just that little bit of shadow right along the lash line is making a huge difference in framing my eyes. Again, you don't have to do anything dramatic. When you do these really subtle things, it does make a difference. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to go in with my Epic Mascara. This is a great one-step non-fiber. So there's no fibers in this mascara, and it does a wonderful job at really lengthening, volumizing, and curling. So for me, my lashes are super short and non-existent. And I love the Epic Mascara because I feel like because my lashes are the way that they are, I get a lot of curl with the Epic Mascara, more so than the fiber mascara. There's not any clumping going on. If you do experience clumping, what I recommend is wiping the wand completely off and then going in and twirling it in the tube and pulling it out slowly to coat the wand with the mascara, and you should get much more even results. Sometimes what happens is that mascara just kind of builds up on the wand, and so you have to clean it off. But look at that. Absolutely amazing. And I'm going to take a one lash selfie here. So I'm going to just focus on the one eye for now. So then once you kind of get that on, then you can kind of blink it on and really coat it. Because I like dramatic lashes, even if I'm going for a really nice makeup look. Like clean, natural looking. Okay, so there you have it. And as I always say, if you have any questions about any of the products that I used today, please do not hesitate to ask. We are so happy to help you, whether it's color matching or finding the shades or the product that works best for you. That's the really cool thing about Younique is that they have options. So maybe this isn't right for you, but you want to try something else, or there is something else that's right for you and you need assistance, we are happy to help. If you like these types of videos where I go in depth and I show you how to use some of the amazing Younique products that we have, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that way anytime I post a new video, you are notified. Have a great day.